Oh, welcome to the Honest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob. It's Wednesday, and I'm here to look at the 3D prints that are available for you guys to download, I guess, and purchase or whatever for October. One of my favorite shows that we do every month. What up, Twitch chat? We're live on Twitch. If you're watching as a YouTube video or you listen to the podcast, if you listen to the podcast, you shouldn't do. It's terrible as a podcast. But you can watch it on YouTube or you can watch it back on Twitch. What up, everyone in the chat? Art of War, 40k download. Is that you, Diff? Hope you're well. Bobbin, big love to you. What's happening? Darker Design, Gabblewalkie, Hams fan, one real person per sure. Someone asked, Crooks, thanks for subscribing. First time. That's cool. Someone asked earlier, have you missed the Iron Jaw show? No, Monday we're going to be doing the rest of the Uruk Warclans book, so that'll be Monday for you guys, so tune in for that. Wolfen Studios, hello, how are you? Diffy! Hope you're well, baby. Hope everyone's well. Late Time Miniatures, Lost Kingdom Miniatures hinted new Chaos Dwarfs yesterday. Nice. I haven't actually got their stuff up today. In fact, actually, Late Time Miniatures, I unsubscribed from them. Just in some hot spice for the start of the 3D print show. Literally 4 people sat at home you did what? Oh my god. I'm not a big fan of their stuff. Shadow Sun, love you. I hope you're doing well. But I do like some other stuff. So should we dive in? How is everyone in the Twitch chat? YouTube dudes, if you're watching, never watched one of these before, you should hit subscribe. Don't be a baby about it. Just get involved. Nogal Matthew, hi gorgeous. Stand for Goomsplight. Hello gang, best show of the month. It's a fun show. Some people don't like it, but I really like it. So that's one of my favourites. I mean, everyone gets all hype. You see every fucking YouTube influencer literally screenshot a picture of a Games Workshop miniature and say things like, love this, love lol, how great, and every release, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking have a stroke. But and some of it's obviously worth, but they can't like all of it all the time, or maybe they can, because they're psychopaths. Titanforge is awesome. Well, what a good shout, Horizon Lackey. Let's go to Titanforge first. That was fun. Tristan, what's up, gorgeous? Hey Jane, thank you for subscribing. Is this your first time as well? This is 2 new subscribers. That's awesome. Thanks. Next month's going to be amazing. Right, so boom. This is Titanforge this month. So Titanforge, we talked about this before on the show. Titanforge are one of the biggest studios for producing 3D sculpts, and they usually produce stuff that you can print as an army. I.e., there's normally a troop choice and some heroes and monsters. It's normally a very full release, is what I'm saying. And so I'm just I'm big into Titanforge, and I think they do excellent sculpts. When do we put up the sign to get the dragons? So, little update. This is only for the 3D print stands. So the rumor is, and you can push this around to your local communities, that the production on the dragons is stalled and/or late and/or missing, and the dragons will be months away, not next month, months away. Now that's only a rumor, but it's a fairly secure rumor. They're not going to be out this month at least, which is just glorious. So maybe when we look at some 3D dragon sculpts in a minute, yeah, we're going to do that. Hot goss. Then we're going to have some hot goss for that. Anyway, let's look at these guys. So Animal Folk is Titanforge this month, and they started with this big kind of tree dragon thing. Now, I was thinking about this because actually I've looked through these. So some of them I've looked through, some of them I haven't. Danny took them all. She only took 3, baby. She only took 3, Rackart. I was what do I use these as? Do I use these as good beastmen? Do you know what I mean? Like you do beastmen, but you flip it and you use the rules for beastmen, but you play them as good guys. And then I was actually Lumineth. If you look at the whole release, if you look at what we're going to go for, a Lumineth vibe on this army, I think. Hey, there's a link in the chat from Tristan. If you guys want to go read that, that would be super cool of you guys to do. Our man Budtastic Guy is organising something for local teens in his area, which is really sweet. Bud's a teacher, and he's also probably got one of the nicest hearts you'll find on a person, so there's a good link in there you should go read. Good guy centaurs. Fingers crossed Nerf comes before they're out though. Like John Matthew, like I'm just kind of like vibing on them being like over the top. If I'm honest, like I'm so like out on like them trying to balance the game that it's kind of funny. I like it when they release stuff that's just dumb because it's fun. Like I'm like lol jokes. Like like so if you guys haven't tuned into the show I was talking to yesterday, the show I was talking about yesterday where it would like the video of Alex versus Malik is at nearly like 5,000. This is from the LGT final, and people are triggered about that result, and because it's over on turn one, and I'm like, it's not the players' faults. The game is like that, so like get out. Right, okay, so think Lumineth and think of Alarith Mountain Spirit on this guy. You could do some like, you could cut him out at the hip, or not hip, sorry, the elbows, and you could reposition this guy if you want some alternate, like, kind of like sculpts. I like it anyway, and it's got that nice kind of like tree vibe as well. This owl dude, owl wizard, you could use him in, obviously, we always say this every month. Like, we should play the 3D print show every time Rob says Cities of Sigmar, take a shot. Owl, large on her back, owl. If you guys don't know what that is, please Google Phone Shop TV series Owl. It's most fun you're going to have. Maybe MJ will go find the link for you and put it in the chat. You're going to have a fun 10 minutes looking at that. As someone who got busted into Drakari like 3 times in a recent team tournament, I see your lol jokes in Balance Erase you. Fuck you, Balance, you lazy twits. Gangster Paradise, listen, I'm on your side. I have, for years now, doing the Honest Wargamer, raged about the imbalance. I've created enemies. I've had whole swaths of the community be like, Rob, you're such a dick for wanting a game to be balanced. Not even like very balanced, just not giga fucked. Anything where the game is a 60% win rate is giga fucked. Like, not a bit fucked, not giga fucked, like ludicrous fucked. Like, other game designers should be writing like mean letters to the Games Workshop game designers where they're like, lol, you suck, cocksforcoins.com. Like, like they just send like dumb shit. Like, they should be like, haha, you suck. That should be what we see, is how fucked it is. So, and I'm just tired, dude. I'm tired. There's nothing I can do to make it different. All I do is I end up pissing people off. So let's have fun with it. Let's make it more giga fucked. Cheers. Cheers to us all. Ben Mardle, hi gorgeous. Dragons are all fine and well, but they're not squigs, are they? You know it, baby. You know it. No, after last week, no content creators should put their head out to stand up for the community. I just wish games would do their job. Yeah, Gangster Dice, I'm with you, baby. Okay, anyway. A cool owl, dude, and would be a great, I think, maybe Wind Mage? If you wanted to build like a Hurricane army. Again, we're thinking Lumineth. We're going to build an alternate, because Lumineth are all about wind spirits, right? Lumineth are all about wind spirit, or not wind spirits, they're all about spirits of nature and all that jazz. And I reckon could you even maybe use them as a Cathalar? Was thinking as well. Hams fan, thanks for donating the gift subscription. I like that owl. Here we go. You want foxes? Can I introduce you to this wind spirit fox? Hello there. Hello, Colonel Cabbage. Hello. Look at this wind spirit fox here that you could have as Severith or something like that. I think Calathalar or any Dirt Wizard for that owl. Shadowstone, I'm with you. Yeah, so look at that. And he's got like the bow's cool. And again, it goes for that more like nature vibe. These renders are always let down by the prints. Val Laban, I 100% disagree. I have printed these at the same quality. And so I wouldn't. You might be new, Val Laban. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. Hello, hi, nice to meet you. The show's called The Honest Wargamer, which means sometimes I'm a bit of a cock as a person, but generally I'll tell you like how I see it. And I haven't printed this miniature yet, but I've printed stuff from Titan Forge at the same quality. Like I'm trying to find a sculpt. Bum 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 bum. Oh, there we go. This is, I mean, don't forget this is on like just a fucking crappy webcam. So, oh fuck, and I've got the focus turned off, so you're not gonna be able to see it. The focus is off, so as you can see, I'm in focus, and this is not. Oh God, I'll fix this for you as well. I'm going out of my way here, so you best appreciate this. I'm going out of my way to make it so that you can. There we go. Right, the quality is absolutely excellent. There's no. This is also with a spray on top of it, and as you can see, like, and I wasn't particularly fucking like. It's not like I did it with an airbrush either. I wasn't like. I'm trying to find some of the. There you go. Get that in shot. Can I focus on that? There you go. Can you see? And then on the hands, it's just not lit super well. The face. Try and get that focus right. There we go. Okay, there we go. Love the show, much appreciated. My pleasure, baby. My pleasure. Anytime. Like, maybe it could be the printer you have. And if you like, honestly, if you want to get back to me about it, or like, if there's some way I can help, let me know. I'm not an expert. The YouTube guys are much better than me. But like, you can just make some good stuff. Hey, hi Ron, long time lurker, Painted Orcs on Twitter. Yes, hi. Oh, thanks, buddy. I will say some renders are way too detailed looking at you, Raging Heroes. Agreed, Shadow Sun. But Hero Forge does some well optimized stuff. Yeah, you also got to. A lot of these guys like need to optimize their things later on. I saw 3 colors. You fucking got it, boys. You got it. It's done. It's painted. It's completely finished. You dicks. Anyway, but yeah, I've got some more sculpts. But you're right. Some stuff works really well. This actually, if you look, a lot of the recesses are fairly deep. That's actually going to work really nicely. Probably the most detailed stuff I've seen at the moment is Arch Villain. Wait here 1 minute. Fuck me. I'll be back in a second. Okay, let's do this again. I should next time. For next time we do this, I'll take a bunch of photos to show you guys, and then I won't be like just jumping in and out. What am I looking for? My camera. Fucking Christ. Bum bum bum. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at this for you guys. Right. Okay. So this is from. I think it's from Archvillain. Okay. So this is a wing, right? And if you look, so the shape is nice. It's on a Demon Prince. That's where it goes. Just for you guys to kind of see. That's out of focus at the moment, so I'm going to get it. But if you look at the detail on, I'm going to try and get it. There you go. Can you see that the leather detail is printed in? Now, those aren't particularly deep. Or they're not deep at all. Can you see this? Like how detailed and how smooth the texture is on the wing. Well, it's not smooth, but it's intentionally leathery. Like, and it's got that leathery texture. I'll try and get that in. Can you guys see? Full screen, you can. Oh, yeah, fuck me. I was looking. 1 second, boys. Has this got my audio? Yeah, it's got my audio still. There you go. So can you see the leathering on that? Yeah, here. And it's across the whole piece. It's across the whole piece. Enhance. Yeah, and so there's that. And then so that's the detail there. Then this is the base of the Demon Prince, and as you can see, there's just a shit ton of candles. And if you think about it, the detail on the kind of like the candle top here, like, is so fine. But like melted candles is like the level of quality you're able to get to. Even this is pretty cute. Look at this. Some little hands grasping out the grave. Love that. Love that. That's really good. Really nice texture. And then this is the whole bad boy Demon Prince. So this is like goes on the rock. Now I will say that like I did fuck this print up, or like, so in the mouth I've lost the teeth detail. So like the whole piece is done really nicely. But another thing I'd like to draw your attention to when you're talking about like level of detail is if you look at this textured piece of cloth, like this is so smooth that I can barely feel it. You know, when you run your fingers over some texture, I can barely like actually feel that. But I know I can see it's there. So like when I like do a base coat on this, I'm going to use an airbrush on him. Just to make sure I keep that detail, because the detail is so fine, which is fantastic. It's so fantastic for people like me who aren't good painters that the detail's put on. Gummy Joe, yeah. Both Titanforge and Archvillain have great detail in models and have subscription to both. Champman, you're 100% correct. Anyway, this guy's badass. Look at this guy. Bam, bam, bam. Fucking let's go. So he's a demon prince that I've done for myself. There we go. Boom. And he's got some wings that go on him as well, and he's got some big fuck off sword. Anyway, he's awesome. But I just wanted to talk about the fact that the level of detail you see on Titanforge, I would actually describe Titanforge sometimes as a bit more comic-like, and the detail is actually the detail is quite. Oh, 1 second, I fucked my camera up now. Oh no. Oh no. My camera will be like this forever. Okay, here we go. The detail is quite thick and robust, so that'll print so easy. That's an easy print. I would actually say these are these aren't the most complicated ones. Can't go to all without dentures. What kind of print is you using? I'm using a it's very tired. I was DJing until late last night. I am using a. Can anyone help me out? It's a 4K mono, whatever the 4K mono printers are called. Something 4K mono is what I'm printing on. Are there any patrons that purely do scenic bases? No, it's not Frozen. Thanks, late time miniatures though. Anyway, there are some there. To be honest, Gangster Pairs of Dice, there's, let me go find. So Sacrus Mundus, who do terrain, as you can see in the background here, they do textured bases. But Titanforge at the end of this series, like, if you're paying for the bases, you might, like, they throw the bases in for free, basically, so you might as well just get the miniature, or the miniatures as well. Anycubic, that's what I've got. I've got an Anycubic 4K mono. I've had almost zero problems with it. They've been fantastic. The quality has been excellent. So yeah, like that's my one review. I've reviewed no others, so I will give no advice on the others. But the one I use, I've produced brilliant prints from, and I'm super happy about it. Do you think it's cost effective to do bases, Gangster Pairs of Dice? Great question. I don't think it's cost effective to do non-textured bases, but I think it's cost effective to do textured bases. But I would do textured bases. Would I do them on resin printers? I probably would only do minis on resin printers, if I'm honest. I wouldn't bother doing anything else on a resin printer other than minis. You could do bases, but for like armies of like Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, 40k like size, I wouldn't do resin bases, no. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I would print basing toppers, not bases. Shadow Sun, I agree with that. Resin for minis. Yeah. And any more questions, just throw them in the chat as we go through. Another cool / Wind Spirit dude. He could be a Wind Spirit dude. He could a Hurricane Wind Mage. You could use him as a Lore Seeker. So again, we're using these guys in our heads. What are the good sites for 40k printing? There aren't loads per shot. I'm going to look at a couple in a minute. We're going to look at Cyberforge miniatures. And then maybe, I think we're going to look at Cyberforge miniatures. Not loads of places specifically per shore, because a lot of the 40k stuff is obviously just rips. There are loads of like illegal copies of 40k minis, but I don't look at the mini printing world for that. I look at it because for alternate options, for creativity, and for stuff that's cool. But yeah, there's loads of them. And the chat might be able to help you out. I can't, but the chat might. Anyway. So, love this guy. Think he's cool. Look at his little, I love it when they're carrying around, I don't know why, but I love it when they carry around little, like, pockets. Not pockets, little, like, bags. I don't know, I just find it really good. I like that a lot. He just looks great. Or another awesome guy, if you wanted him as a lore seeker, again, would work really cool in that role, in my opinion. Or you could use him as the Venari Lord, if you wanted. Yeah, he's on foot, but he's kind of a mounted. He's kind of like a monster dude, so he would work really nice. I could also use him, I guess, if you wanted, inside a Beastcore Raiders army. That would be quite fun. But again, it's all the tokens. It's all this kind of like very Lumineth-esque style tokens that I think works really nicely if you wanted to use them. So some big Minotaurs. You could use these as Beast of Chaos, obviously. You could use this guy, and his axe is fantastic. You could use him as, I don't know, anything that you wanted to. Which model's a bit boring? This guy. Because he's a boar. Fuck. All right, good. That's a good one. I like that one. Love this guy. Love his horns. Love his ears. Love the choppy nature. When we be doing TikTok stream too, please. I think I've just about recorded the first one. Soon. Ham's fun soon. Darkon X, thanks for subscribing. Just came back from an MRI for some sweet. Oh, I hope you're okay, Darkon X. But you could use him as. I'm not too inspired by these guys. They're cool beasts of chaos, but they've got that more Tauran good guy vibe. So if I wouldn't necessarily use these in a Lumineth-esque style army, but I would use them if I was trying to do like good beasts of chaos, like good guy beasts of chaos, which I think would be really fun to try. Some Minotaurs. Morning, Final Flash. Hope you're well. Cute little rabbit. Could be a sweet ass wind mage. You could use him as an assassin in Cities of Sigmar. I love the ears poking out. This is great. This is cute. Same thing. Again, use him as a little assassin. Kind of want to do a good guy saves darkness with lots of mounted knights. See, Taralisso. Like same thing. There's no one stopping using the rules, which I think is quite cool. You could right now do a heroic knight army, Varangard, some sort of like lord on dragon as an Archeon, and you could just flip the script and you could play slaves to darkness, but play them as good guys. Just use the same rules, right? Which I think is great. Skaven Eshin. He's a rabbit, guys. He's a rabbit. This guy knows. Yeah, you guys know. Right, so this is the troops choice. So as you can see here, a variety of weapon options. And yeah, you 100% could create yourself like a Beast of Chaos army. But I was thinking, how good would it be to build like a... Maybe you could build like an Alarith-style Lumineth Realm Lords army. So instead of having... whatever they're called, the Stone Guard. These guys could be your Stone Guard, which would just be awesome. Now, Stone Guard aren't very competitive anyway, so you could just have a really fun time building, I think, a very fun army with this. This is one of my favourite shows each month. Cart. Yeah, me too. I love going this with you guys. I mean, it's easy, right? Maybe Zinch has convinced you his friends of Lord Knowledge instead of someone evil. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy to do, like, good guy variants of the Chaos stuff. And then similarly, Chaos variants. Like, you could do Cities of Sigmar Chaos. Like, you could do that and flip it around. You've got so many great options there. How do you make a fun Lumineth army? I think you use like the mountain spirits and you use a bunch of Stone Guard. It's not hyper competitive, but you can have the mountain spirits in like the Alpha Beast pack. Have them like advance forward turn one, get a deep not a deep strike, get like a really good engage early. They slap hard in combat. You can have some really good fun with that. It's not going to win anything, but you'll have a good time. Chaos Dudes on Dragons, let's go. Pershaw, great idea. Chaos Dragons. Use the Stormcast rules, but do Chaos Dragons and really trigger people. Pershaw, I like where your head's at. I like it. I like that a lot. Anyway, these guys look fantastic in my opinion. Look at the detail. The fur's really, really cool. The weapon options are really nice. Normally they give you a bunch of weapon options. I just love a big axe or a halberd. I just love it. And I like seeing weapon options you don't normally see. And I think that there's and that's the other thing that they generally tend to go with. A lot of the Age of Sigmar boxes, like, okay, they're armed with glaives, and they all have glaives, generally, but these guys, they tend to mix it up, these designers, and I think that's really exciting. So wait for an awesome modern Chaos Dragon. Oh yeah, give me some halberds, you know it. Yeah, agree, halberds are great. So here's some close-ups, and again, the detail's fantastic, and if you wanted to use these, he's got a big mace, I like that, that's cool. Into that. You'd have so much fun painting these guys. There's so much character in them. Yeah, baby. I could see why Beast of Chaos players love their army. And again, there's some great 3D Chaos. And look at this. So there are 3 body types. There are 3 head options, which is normally a bit less than you normally get. I'm not disappointed, but it does seem like a smaller release than the releases that they normally do. 3 shield variants. and a bunch of different weapon options, which I think is really exciting. As you can see, again, they've got those ball joints, if you guys can see just there. They've got the ball joints on the bodies, which is just fantastic for posing. Having built one of the versions of these armies previously, I just thought it was so much fun to do. And then some terrain, which isn't that good, to be honest, but whatever. And then someone was asking, Gangster Bears Dice, I think you were talking about bases. This is actually very interesting. I hadn't clocked this until this month, but a lot of conversation at the minute going on around the old world. A lot of conversation going on around the old world because they've said that they're releasing new old world stuff. They've said you can use your old world armies. And I was like, this is quite nice. You could magnetize your models so that they go onto their round base and then magnetize them when they go onto their square base, but it's the same basing thing on both of them, which I think is really cool. 3D printed Noble Knight's army with his peasant men at arms as retinue as FEC seems very doable. Think Highland Miniatures name was perfect for it. Wolfen Studios, 100%, buddy, 100%. And then, so they always do, Titanforge always have like kind of D&D characters as well, so they have 3 of them. So they got a Tiefling Fighter, a Gnome Mage, which is just fantastic. Look at that, Cities of Sigmar all day, baby. And then a Human Warrior, and he's pretty cool. Reminds me of Valton, one of my favorite dudes. Okay, Titanforge. For this month, I'm going to need some out of 10s from you. This is something we haven't done before. So this is Titan. Yeah, Rob loves the short stack. I'll drink. You know I do. It's time for Gloomspite. I love the gnome. I love the gnome too. 8, 8.5, 9. Okay, that's pretty strong this month. 9. Archeon shows an 8. 8 out of 10, great diverse range. Agreed with that, yeah. 9 from Stanford Gloomspite. I love the mage ults for cities. I have some sweet Archvillain games dwarf mages for my battle mages. Oh man, that's nice. Okay, so we're all flying around the 7 to 8 mark. It's pretty cool. All right. Speckles! Hi, gorgeous. Speckle's one of the best performing, the best sports players at the Blood Tithe that we were at an event of the weekend. Some Norwegian dude, high. Zero dice skill, high. Diverse yet close enough for the purpose, that sweet spot. Yeah, Titanforge are just so good at that. Titanforge are so good at creating that kind of setup. Right, let's go look at these dudes. Little spoiler, Artisan Guild. Artisan Guild have just solid World of Warcraft aesthetic. Sunken Kingdoms, haven't even looked at this yet. Let's have a look and see what they've got. So they always do theirs in a video format. So we'll give it a pause. Is it loaded in? Oh, I don't know if it's loaded to the right quality yet. Looks okay. What are these? Some maidens? Some elves of the sea. Okay. All right, I can dig that. Holy shit. What is this? What is this? Bubes. There we go. Right, so we got some infantry here. Oh, I like the not lances, the tridents. They're cool. They've got that kind of coral vibe to them. That's nice. I like that. Halberds are fun. Ineth Deepkin all day. Have you seen Alton Forge, Chapman? No, I haven't. Give me a shout in a bit and I'll go look at it. I haven't subscribed to them, so I won't subscribe to them today because I don't know what they are. But love the gills on the chest. The gills on the chest from what is it? That show that's on Amazon, The Boys, with the guy from the 7 when he's got the gills on the chest. Yes, that's awesome. The males are more naked than women. That's true. The Boys, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I hadn't noticed the gills on the chest. That's great. That's a good shout. I even like the little detail on the little pouch on the side bag where it's got a little shell on it. That's sweet. We keeping you up, Rob? No, baby. I'm just having a great time. Those are some eyebrows. Yeah, you know it. I retract my statement. I didn't see the gills. Fantastic Ironeth. Yeah, so you could use these guys obviously as reavers. There we go. There we go. Far more fish-like. So you could use these as reavers or you could use them as thralls, obviously. Again, they look really good. And there's a variety. And look at that. This is what I mean. Artisan Guild also really good at producing ranges that you can produce an army. Yeah, and they're very WoW inspired. So like, what's fun now is, I mean, if you only subscribe to bought yourself a 3D printer and only subscribe to Artisan Guild and kind of paid for their back catalog, let's say, you could pretty much redo Age of Sigmar at this stage mostly, but it would have a very World of Warcraft vibe to it. Like the design would be what Warcrafty. You could even then find some 3D designs for terrain, and it's so interesting that you can flip the aesthetic of an entire game system. Yeah, those people have created their version of that IP, but just like creativity is anyone's, right? And you could build an Idoneth army, and like they have like undead armies, they have wood elves, they have everything. Um, yeah, and look at that. So there's your Idoneth. So there's your eels. If you wanted your eels, yeah. I don't think I like them that much. I don't like they're a bit too blocky for me. Like I don't mind the riders, but I don't like the heads. I don't think. But there you go. Boosh. That's fun. I love the banner actually. The banner's really cool, and I like the lances. So yeah, there's your eels. It's super cool. The Warcraft aesthetic isn't really my jam, but it's super cool that it's an option you can do a unified army range that way. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I agree with that. Huge. Look at this absolute badass. What's he got? He's got some Murloc heads on his the Kelp Cape. The Kelp Cape is great. Look at the shell for like the I don't know, pauldron. That's fantastic. That's good. Like that a lot. That's got some strong vibes. Yeah, he's a big badass. Kelp Cape, I'm pretty close to Underworld's guy. I hadn't seen the Underworld's guy, I don't think, or maybe I have, and I just didn't register. I like that a lot, though. That's cool. Okay. He's got interchangeable weapons. Okay, nice. Man, that's nice. Okay. We've got ourselves a caster of some sort, if we wanted a caster. We haven't got like an Eidolon yet. Sometimes there are boobs. Don't be offended if you're about to see boobs. What is this monstrosity? Look at the turtle. This is awesome. So there's a turtle with his back on here. So there's your Leviathan. And then there's one with a crew for like a guy inside. And you can have multiple different like configurations on that. Big ass battle turtle. This guy's great. I like this guy a lot more than the eels. This is really fun. Is that a cannon inside? Yeah. Is there two cannons? Wait, it's on the right hand side. Yes, there are like shell cannons that you can load this guy up with. Blastoise. Yeah, man, he's great. He is great. Okay, so there we go. There's the version that's spinning. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. And then there's the version with the cannons. You can see the cannons on top. Oh, yeah, that's cool. This one's really good. I like this a lot. This guy's great. Again, that unified theme. There he is. The Soul Cannon guy. Man, yes. Yeah. You have so much fun painting that. You'd have so much fun. I just bought a turtle. Final Flash, that's okay. You can buy a turtle and buy... Oh, sorry. They always like to... There's always a naked... Okay, we're out. Sorry. These guys, they just love a bit of booty. Sorry, Twitch. Anyway, I say look a fair bit smaller than Leviathan. Please, more naked chicks. No more naked chicks. Look, she's the undersea booty. She's the booty that you're after in the sea. More booty jokes, please. No, it's just a bodysuit. Paint your way. Okay, yeah, that's good. But look at all the weapon options. So they give you like all the different weapon options here. You can like mix and match, which I think is really cool. And then they normally show you again how you build it. So there you go. So fantastic set. Big fan. Big fan of that. What do you guys think of that Under the Sea? You could build yourself a city, not a city, a 9th army from that one. That's what's crazy. It's like £9, maybe £10. Yes, you have to buy a 3D printer, of course, right? So that's several £100. Well, not really. You're probably looking at setup cost of about, in English money, £300 to £500, depending on what you buy. Yeah, that's your buy-in point, and then £8 for the designs. So, but then after that, you're probably looking at printing an army is going to cost you about £100 per army, which is pretty low, I'm going to say. So what is your rating out of 10? Not 7.5, 9, 8 out of 10. Get more unified, few sculpts a bit off. Yeah, the eels weren't good. Looks good to me, but not dead enough. Speckles. Okay, Speckles. Should we do a special one for Speckles in the chat because he was the best sports at the weekend? All right, Speckles, this one's going to be for you. We're going to do a dead one next. 7.5, 7.5, 8, 8. The turtle is worth $10, and I give it 8.5 out of 10. Chatman, there you go. It's a price worth paying to annoy some shills. Oh, baby. It is a price to pay. He is special, Taco X, you're right. I think I'll rely on giving my mates beers to print for me. That's the correct way, Dan, the great Kay McCann. An 8. Okay. All right. Who's been wanting to run a Soulblight Gravelord's army? The next one we're going to go to is probably the rock star of the 3D design world. Maybe this is the... So next one we're going to go to is Arch Villain. And Arch Villain is the most expensive to subscribe to. And probably... best is different, but it's the big one. Speckles, get ready. Yeah, here we go. Soulblight Gravelords. Boom. So this is Model 1. This is his Bloodright Red Rain. And here we have some, like, undead lady. I'm not really sure what the hell she is, if I'm honest. But she's got some vampires flying out of her. She's covered in this. So this red kind of graphic that you see here is actually part of the sculpt as well. And you could use it as a Vengori Lord. Yeah, Neferata is another good example. No, this is Arch Villain, some Norwegian dude. This is a completely separate guy. He just happened to choose the wrong name. So very, very different. You could also use this as FEC as well. That's a good point. Yeah, Luca Vi. So you could use this as Vengori Lord. There are some more close-ups of this. So there we go. There's some more close-ups. The detail on this is insane. The wings have got like blood coming out of it with bats flying off. She's holding a snake. Her whole bodysuit is just mental. It definitely a Venga boy or a Venga lady. So here is the vampire. So I'm going to print this guy off. Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon. And this guy is phenomenal. Hold on. Here's the next one. Look at that. Damn my heart. Look at that. Is just 100% amazing. Yeah. That's so good. So look at this. Look at the shield. Look at the spear. Wings. Just outrageous, right? These are crazy good. I'm with you. Yeah. Oof. It's just so evocative. I think there are some more on this. Yeah. There it is from the other side. What I read, is that from the back? Yeah. I struggle. This is huge. You can see it's huge because like the scale is difficult to tell. But I would like you to the dragon's maw / head, I think is phenomenal as well. It's covered in armor, which I really like compared to like the undead zombie dragon from Games Workshop. And this guy's great. And the base is also phenomenal as well. I don't like the structure they use for the wings. Interestingly, actually, the structure of the wings is something I was showing this to someone yesterday, yeah, she didn't like the structure of the wings either. So that was, and it's one of the things I missed. I was just kind of taken away by the centralness of it. What's the missed opportunity? Yeah, I agree. Hey, Gangster Paradise, I agree. But Games Workshop did something unique with their vampires, which meant they got to switch. Like we get to still get people make classic vampire lords and stuff, right? Yo, hello everyone. It looks like they just slapped some mash map on the wings and called it a day. Maybe. I thought we'd seen all the first minis, and then you showed me that vampire. Look at this vampire lord, right? Hey Horizons Lucky, thanks for resubscribing. Rob showing models as a. Anyway, anyway, anyway. Look at this Vampire Lord. Like the armor's sick. Like the pose is wicked. You could do so much with that kind of blood. Like this is obviously he's just like colored it in like some rendering software with some lights and shadows. So there's still a lot of texture, but like you could do so much with paint, right? I love the swirly magic flex. This is so good. Link to these. So this is Arch Villain Games. 1 second. So there you go in the chat for you guys. Another one, another Vengori Lord, if you wanted to, a Vampire Lord, even a Necromancer. Like the Necromancer's like it's fine. I like a good Necromancer sculpt, but you could just go all out and have like some boss vamps, right? Does anyone else think he's doing a card shuffle with the blood? I want to show you my aces. Yeah, that's good. So another one of those, and another design on this. Actually, and follow me on this, Undead Idneth. Oh, interesting take. That's really good. I like this. 5 of those Blood Knights would be an epic ride in Bloodwave. Speckles, don't worry, we're not finished yet. We're not finished. So this guy looks rad. I think he's like the best of the 3. There are more great ones. Look at this guy. This guy's fun. There's so much in this. There's so much emotion in this pose. I think it's really good. Love this. But boom, Speckles. There you go. Look at that Ghoul King on Terrorgeist if you want. So it's kind of like a Vargeist. This guy on top is less of a Vampire Lord, more of a Ghoul King. Great pose. Yeah, the face is amazing. Oh yeah, on the Vampire Lord, the face is phenomenal, and that detail will come out as well. 100% that detail will come out. Look at that absolute beast. I don't even want to collect Death Army, but I want 10 of these. Yeah, let's get Batty. And then there's another bat, same thing, and the guy on top has got a bow. The guy on top will be optional as well, so you'll be able to like switch him out for something else. But again, that guy looks. This is your Vengori Lord. If you wanted a Vengori Lord, I would say. Yeah, that bat face. Yeah, man, the bat face is look at the bat face. So well done, so well crafted. It's so good. This is my favorite pose of probably them all. Because I just haven't seen anything like this before. Hanging from a tree, like the dude is on top with his bow, like the bat's down, like yeah. Haven't seen a pose like that, and I was just very impressed by the pose. I thought it was very cool. Thought it was very, very cool. I love the armor as well. I love big armor pieces. I really do. Like I hate trim. Hands up, who hates trim? We all hate trim, but. I like the armor. I like the armor on the model as well, because it gives a nice different texture to the model. Like you doing the organic parts, and then you've got that. Yeah. Yes. Hands up. We all hate trim. So Norwegian dude, you're great. Here's another version of that. I'm not sure on the scale of these. I'm not sure how big they would print. You could zone them down. You could print them down. So if they're small enough, they could be Blood Knights. I don't think they're going to be that small. You could do a version of Varangard. You could do an undead Varangard list with these guys, where you have that would be, or a Knights of the Empty Throne list to give it a bit more kind of like character, maybe. These are sick, yeah. Amazeballs, yeah. Hey, Arcane Law, hope you're well. Vagabond, Glittervold, hope you're well. Blood Crushers. Blood Crushers is a great idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I know we just got some absolute 11. Like you can just go more classic vamps. This is kind of what I was thinking Games Workshop were going to do with vamps. Like it really was. Maybe it's too classic. Maybe it's too generic. I think generic's a fair word to throw at it, but it doesn't mean you can't do you know what I mean? Like mashed potato is a pretty like standard fare meal, but like you can spice that bad boy up. So butter in there, some chive, add a bit of pepper, like fucking spice that bad boy up. Like maybe grate some cheese on. Like what I'm saying is like you can take something classic and you can make it oh boy bit. You can add the spice melange to it, right? Um, yeah, like yeah, what nailed it 100%. Yeah, this is what it is. Um, my favorite thing about models being able to print them at whatever scale you want, whatever base size you need. Saturn Boy, I agree with you 100%. So yeah, just gorgeous. This is your Necromancer. Oh yeah, you're right, Cabbage. This guy be so pro. There's a lot you can do with this one. Bat wings have the skin between the fingers, not an extra hand on top. Oh, yeah, he's even got texture on the padding on his shoulder pads, which will come out in the print. Archvillain pushes. Archvillain doesn't give a fuck about what your printer can do. You're like, oh, I've only got a 2K printer. He's like, fine, I don't care. Get a 6K printer or fuck off. Like, he doesn't give any shits about where you're at technologically as the printer. He's like, what is the highest end I can design? And then he does that. Or they do that, sorry. We can make mashed potato on stream one day. Let's do that as a group. And now we've just got some badass like other characters. Here's a little vampire lady with an axe, which is very cool. Again, if you wanted to do a vampire lord, that's right. Maybe if it's big enough, if it's small enough, you could use it as a unit champion. Maybe some graveguard. Like leading the graveguard and the undead horde around her. The one thing about Archvillain is you probably can't build armies with a like concurrent theme out of Archvillain stuff. Again, a great sculpt, really nice. Particularly like this. The face is fantastic. There's so much detail. I love the chainmail. Love a halberd. Can see these vampire stormcast and cool armored bats as dragon boys. Oh, baby. I like that Daisaki. That's great. Really knocking out the park with the face details. Yeah, man. Like, that's very, very good. This captures the undead vibe so well. I agree. Yeah. And high heels, because why not? Exactly. Why not have them high heels? And there we go. Another, like, again, fantastic sculpt. Nice pose. I love that. Is that a rose on the end of the axe? Bat wings for the axe as well. I really like that. I think that's nice. First Google search after this show without fail. Best 3D printers for miniatures. Gangster Bear Dice. Best one I have. Well, the one I have is that Anycubic Mono 4K. It's really good. I've had no problem. I mean, you have problems with 3D printers, but nothing unsurmountable. And I've had a lovely time with it the whole time. Okay, so now we're into some Vargulfs. Now, I love all of this, not the wing, maybe. What's the name of the company that makes these prints again? So this is Mathmallow. This is Archvillain, baby. I think I've got it in the chat. There you go. But I like the body. I like the armor. Not sure about the wings is where I'm at. Initially when I looked at it, but yeah, I don't know what it is about it. But are they meant to be folded in? I don't know. To be honest, I think I'm not in love with it, is what I'm going to say. You need to just move your frame, Rob, instead of showing the logo. Oh, yeah, okay. 1 second. They change on every fucking sculpt, though. Sorry, on every designer. 1 second. But that's a good idea. Beep, 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 beep. Boop, boop. There we go. Now, there you go. Archvillain Games. Poof. There we go. But yeah, not sure I love this. Not sure I love this one. But I do love this guy. Again, the wings throw me off, but the axe has got me. The pose is fantastic. The base is great. He's just phenomenal. Yeah, love this. Love that guy. Not so much the guy without the axe. I think I just dig the axe. Is where I'm at. And here you go, Speckles. Here's your Blood Knights. Right? These guys are so good. Love a good flail. They've got like spirits coming out of their kind of thing on the top. That would be a sick demon prince, like a deathy slave. Oh yeah, doing the idea of like doing a completely different style, like doing Slaves to Darkness, but a Death Slaves to Darkness army is such a great idea, Tarquin X. Scale on the horse is off for me. Scale on the horse. Scale on the horse. Yeah, because humans. Yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a really good point. But they still look cool. They still look very cool in my opinion. But I like what you're saying there. Maybe scaling's a bit better there. I mean, there's a lot of trim here. There's a lot. But I think they look great. Getting Wraith from Lord of the Rings vibes. Yeah, vampire's a big mean mugging. Yeah, like I like the soul things coming out. The thing at the top, I think that's the bit that's really got me. And I think there's some soul stuff happening in the tail as well, which I think is pretty rad. And then look at that unit champ. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Big fan of that as well. Lots going on. The sword's very cool. It's got that very classic vibe. And then there's a version with a lance. But these would make some great blood knights, right? Like, you'd have some fun. And then this, whatever. Like, again, a Vargulf on a throne, just being huge. Bat wings galore. Big bat face. Monstrous legs. Carrying, so good. So good. Just a beefy boy. And there's another version being a beefy boy. Like, they're just monstrous as heck. Like, this version's just having a dance party. I said boo! 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 Okay, the pose is dumb on this one, but it's fun. Boo! I like this one. Can we take a moment to appreciate it? Bro, how do randoms on Patreon make $1 billion company that trash their own game? Because they make a lot of money. Archvillain, I think has something like 7,000 subscribers at $15 each. Like, if I ever happen to run into a Games Workshop model designer, I'll be like, bro, how much do you make? And I'll be like, is it... Wait, I don't even know what that is. 7 times £15 each. 70, 30, $105,000 a month. Do you make $105,000 a month? And then he'll be like, no, I don't make that in a year. I'll be like, well, you maybe should like... I don't think Archvillain is just one person, but it might just be one person. I'm sure that at this point they pay someone to do all their social media and a bunch of other stuff. But the thing is as the consumer, I.E. me, like, I get all of these designs from this designer for less than I would pay for a box of models from Games Workshop. And again, this isn't anti-Games Workshop. This is just me talking about, like, 3D printing is such a success for consumers because the setup is relatively expensive, I guess, £300 to £500, but you're paying the same price as you would pay for a whole army, which is really the buy-in into that Games Workshop kind of ecosystem, right? And far more money than you would spend on just rulebooks from Games Workshop in a year. So that buy-in is pretty low. But what you get out of it is, like, we've only been to 3 designers so far, and we've done this like weird like Beastman army that's been super cool with loads of character. We've done this amazing Vamp army, and then we've looked at some like kinky Warcraft fish elves, and we're not finished. Like, but I get all of this for £15 a month, and I feel like I'm winning. I feel like I'm getting, like, I'm like, this is cheap. Like, this is cheap. It feels cheap. Like, which is weird, right? It feels very cheap. And I don't really know what to do about that. Like I have these designs now forever. I own them forever now. Like, whenever I want, like, 3D printers could get, like, twice as good in 5 years, and I could just go back and be like, oh, I really like that design. I'll reprint that. And it feels cheap. I fucking love the idea that there was a group of young nerds who got together and just printing their way into wargaming on the cheap, says Gangster Pairs of Dice. Yeah, man, there you go. Love how much you can actually make your dudes with 3D printing. You can literally tailor every aspect of your army in every army. Agree with that 100%. I could use next month's plastic budget on a 3D printer, Glitterworld Vagabond. There you go. Yeah, you're all converts. I know you're already like with me on this. And it's just going to go from strength to strength. So that's why they embarrass a multi-billion-pound company, because they pay those guys They pay those guys pennies, like, for their labour. And if you, by the way, hello, my name's Rob. I'm deeply committed to people being paid their way and what they're owed, and what if you're a proper capitalist, then you should understand that the market will pay what your labour is worth. And so the designers at GW should get more money. And if you're like me, I think people should be paid what they're worth anyway. So either way, whichever side of the fence you sit on, 3D designers should and are getting more money now. So those Games Workshop designers must be looking at this and being like, oh boy. Like, imagine you're like, who's a good sculptor that I know? Darren Latham. Imagine you're him. And you're like, Darren, you could have a Patreon and make, I don't know, let's not even say much. Let's say he charges a tenner and he gets 1,000 Patreons, which is low ball for 3D designers. He's making 10 grand a month. I doubt he's making 120 grand a year at Games Workshop. Like, I highly doubt. See you later, Final Flash. That Stat Center is coming. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let's get back to looking at designs. He'd smash it too. Yeah, great painter, great designer. Kabawaki, you've got it, right? That guy, I don't know what he's being paid at GW, but I bet that guy in like the open market for himself is worth what? 100, 150k? And he's just not get paid like that. You know. And what, for loyalty? To a corporation? Sure. That's how things work. That's how life really works that way. Anyway, look at this fucking gangster up here. This guy looks phenomenal. Rob, when you're forming the Model Designer Union, soon time winning, soon. He could probably triple his income. Yeah, probably Tarquin X. Maybe, like, who can say that they could triple their income overnight? Very few people. Anyway, we'll talk less about that in the future. Or maybe I'll make like a midwinter mini style video. No, Matthew, you can, but I can't, buddy. Or they're holding some ridiculous non-compete over his head. Maybe they are darker design. At $15 times 7,000, that bloke is earning 105k a month. Yeah, that's not just triple. No, Gangster vs. Dice. Listen, I'm with you, but this is Archvillain is also right up there, right? So saying the problem is capitalism. We're going on with we're not talking about this now. Anyway. And another amazing sculpt. Look at that. Look, what I really like about this, if you see, is I like all of the the excess bits dropping down here, kind of like the cloak, and there's still some incredibly detailed armor on this model. AOS Old Man, thanks for subscribing, baby. Figure that's why Games Workshop avoids trying to give airtime to designers. Scott B, obviously, that's correct. And then a bust. If you're just a painter, I like that this has started to happen now. This seems to be a new trend in the 3D kind of like packs that you get every month. And the sculpts are just, love this. Love this. You're the best AOS, Old Man. Oh, thanks, buddy. Love this. Because if you're a good painter, they make great trophies for tournaments. This is a cool like best in faction trophy. Something like that. And then he's just got, I don't know what this is. I think he's a lizard man. He might be a vampire. He's got a giant axe. I don't care who or what he is. I love this. Right? Join the stream late. How much is a good 3D printer? Do you know what, dudes? I'm gonna make an offline video. So like I'll be like bam, 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 bam. It'll be all the information. I'll put it on YouTube. I'll do it in the next 2 days. Yeah, for you guys. I'll be like, boom, here we go. And I'll explain it all, right? Like 3D printing for people, and I'll put it out on the YouTube, and then you guys can just do it. Hey, Dan Brook. Could be a Gorgon. It could be a Gorgon. He's just, do you know who it could be? Radikar the Beast. Right? He's good. Can you go into all the kit you need? Yeah, I will do. Promise. Not just the print. I will. I'll do the whole business is what I'll do. Yeah. So perfect. Absolutely perfect. Radikar the Beast here, in my opinion. And I think that's what he's trying to rip off, basically. He's trying to do Radikar the Beast, right? This is good. Not sure about this absolute gentleman, but he's currently, if you look, he's summoning a dragon with some blood magic, and he's just great. And then this is the last one. This is just a badass wizard with a wicked sword doing some sweet ass magic and is badass. He's got a great wizard hat like El Clasico, Yeah, no fucking around, just a joy. He's got a little potion in his pocket. He's got a scroll. He's just lush, right there. Yeah, this is Spooky Town Wizard. I love looking at this stuff, man. Like, this is what I don't get about people who don't like 3D printing. I'm like, what? You don't want to, like, I got into this because it's minis. It's awesome. Like, I've read fantasy and watched fantasy shows since I was a kid. Like, the evocative nature of, like, imagination and fantasy is put on display consistently. Why would you just wait for one company to produce it? Why wouldn't you look for as many options as possible and be fucking jazzed about it? So exciting. I often search for interesting Archon or Ironclad replacements. Interesting. Have you found any? Thanks, Tristan. Big love to you. Right, so that's Archvillain. Twitch chat. I think I already know the answer to this, but what are you saying? How do you think Archvillain have done? What are you giving them out of 10? Please, my work. I have painted a gem. Please, my work in. Please rate my work in progress. I will. A lot of nines. A lot of nines from Archvillain this week. And I honestly thought he was done, personally. But I'm just trying to find our next sculptor. A 10 out of 10. Wings look naff. On one of the sets of sculpts, the wings look naff. And actually, I think I agree with everyone about the oh god, what's the word I'm looking for? The mounts on the Blood Knights sort of like variants. It didn't look as good, I thought. So I'm really disappointed. One of my designers hasn't put their stuff up. Okay, worth buying 3D printed just for those sculpts. Yes, Mercy AOS, I agree with you 100%. Nines, 8s. Can it get 4? Because of the wings. Fair enough. I'll take you, baby. Definitely printing these. Could use some Graveguard. Yeah, so I would actually give it, like, I wouldn't say, I mean, the sculpts are great, but you can't do an army out of it. Hate that. Hate you can't do an army out of it. So I'm against it. Right, so great thing about 3D prints is you can always take wings from another design and mix them. Yeah, that's true, Tarquin X. If you're good, like, if you get into Blender and stuff. Right, the next designer is one of my favorite designers. They're not as famous as some other designers. And is a little bit in vogue at the moment, I would say, because of dragons. They're called Dragon Tappers Lodge, and they always do some sort of dragony theme. They've done a spooky October version, and I'm a huge fan of these guys. Just need 180 zombies. You got it, Archeon's Chosen. Anyway, I love these guys, and this is their October release, and we'll go through it in order. They normally like flip the script and they get super weird and creepy, bit D&D sometimes, and I'm really into it. So there's a dragon that they have, a bit of a classic dragon. They've done now, this must be their 30th dragon that's available from these guys at the moment. They've got, hold on, in fact, actually, let me go and find one of their other releases, just to kind of remind you how many dragons they do. Oh god, it's going to take forever. I'm not going to. You just look it up yourself. So sorry, chat. Love you, but love your butt. Love your butt. Okay, so there we go. So just a badass dragon doing some fire. Looks cool. If you see, he's been untrapped. So they have like an ongoing story where like there's a bunch of like dragon trappers. There's like people go out there and try and capture dragons like hunters and stuff. And this one's that's broke away and been freed. We need more cheap plastic battle line or kit pairs with those awesome two skills, like using mantis zombies like cheap mass. Oh, that's fair. Slap the dude from the vulture on him. Yeah, that's a good idea. But he looks cool, right? I like the dragon. And then the rest of this stuff, and there we go, there's like a bigger version of it. It's just fun pumpkin-based stuff. And I'm vibing on it because it's Halloween, baby. Halloween's coming up, and if you're into spooky season, who doesn't love some spooky, weird pumpkins? And this is cool, all right? Yes, let's go. Spooky season. Look at that. He's got the eye, like little eye dudes. Yeah, I'm into this. Fumpkin. Oh man, so much fun of a cool homebrew D&D adventure. Yeah, you've got it, yeah. You need to start seasonally theming TSM boards. Gangster Peasant, you are so right, I do. Time to get spoopy, I agree. Why are we back to the dragon? Back to spoopies. Oh no, I've looked at the wrong one. One sec, chat. One sec, chat. One sec. I've gone to the preview version. We need to get out of the preview version. Here we go. Some pumpkins that aren't spooky. Look at that. So you've got the non-spooky version. So if you just want some pumpkins for your base in, there's some pumpkins, which I think is quite fun. There's some more pumpkins, and then you see like the evolved version, which is super fun. So again, if you're doing 3D stuff, or not 3D stuff, D&D or something, then you've got pumpkins that are so. Hey, are you saying Kurnoth Hunters? Because I'm saying Kurnoth Hunters with scythes, right? Gloom Spike Grot Pumpkins, what's not to love? Death Shroud Pumpkin Eaters. It's a great idea. Imagine how much you would trigger someone if you turned up with these as Death Shroud. Uh, Death Shroud Terminators. Look at that spiky boy at the top. That's awesome. I love the texture on here, like the inside of a pumpkin texture, is really nice. So yeah, like Kurnoth Hunters that are pumpkins. It's a great sculpt. I might play Sylvaneth. I might get my ass kicked at tournaments just so I could do this. This bad boy, yes, all about this. Love this. No idea what this is, but it creeps me the fuck out. It's what I'm gonna say. Creepy doll murder dolls. Children of the Corn. I'm against this. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, I'm against what I'm seeing on the screen. Get that to fuck. I agree. Everyone is out on this. This is too creepy for me. There's some weird female hobgrots. Oh my god. Yeah. That would be great. Imagine those as blood letters, right? Grot stabbers. This is too creepy, dudes. This is too creepy. I can't handle it. Ah! It's a close up. I don't want the close ups. Oh my god. Oh, I don't want this at all. Oh man. No. Turn it off. Stab thoughts. I'm against this. No. Oh, it's an actual like porcelain doll that's been broken with a hammer. That's fucked up. Yeah. Oh no. I could cycle. Yeah, you could. This would creep people out if you played this. Nope, 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 nope. Some more nopes. Nope, nope. Oh my god, she's got scissors. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so fucking creepy. Fish! Yes, fish! Hey, Kareb, make it stop. I'll try it. I want this. I don't want this. This is too much for me. Okay, we've gone somewhere else. Okay, Badass Necromancer. That's a cool sculpt, man. Like summoning some undead dudes out of the ground. That's a cool sculpt. These are my new Nurglings. They're too intense. Look at that. They look fantastic. Oh yeah, baby. And then we've just got some. That Necromancer's great. And then yeah, just look at that. Some zombie bases. That's cool. Hey, that would be great for zombies. You'd only have to paint half as many. That's lush. If they were built in as well, that's lush. I'm sorry, Fish. I'm trying to not freak you out. Reminds me of the puppet guy from the Carnival tabletop. Did anyone watch Carnival, the TV show? Love that show. It's so good. So creepy. Okay, just a sexy lady being an angel and creepy and weird. Is this a rat whisperer? Oh, he's got a little rat on top. Holy shit, yes. This guy is... He's whispering to the rat. Has he got little... Wait, did he have wings in the last one? Oh, there's a version with wings. No, you could take the wings on if you want. Give him a little demon tail. Wait, and do the claw... Wait, he's got claws? And he doesn't have claws in that one. Oh, my God. This is so good. This is great. It's also swappable. You can have a demon version. Oh man, this guy's awesome. Oh yes. Hello, sir. I'd like to talk to you about pumpkin rights. My family were pumpkins, and if you dare cross me, I shall avenge them. This is so good. Fucking headless horseman, yeah, man. This is some good vibes. These guys are great. Dragon Trappers Lodge. Some of my favorite designers at the moment. Like they're like the dragon stuff the dragon vibe and theme that they're going with, but they make loads of good beasts and monsters. But they're doing pretty good on making units and stuff. This is a clown pumpkin man. This is weird. Mr. Guy Pumpkin. This is the villain at the end of the adventure, 100%. Yes, headless horseman vibe. He looks great. Love that. It's a great horse as well. And again with the lantern, that's really cool. I like that in the horse. If you see that he's got the kind of like cracks. So if you want to go ember and stuff in there, it's got like some lines for you to do so. I think that's quite fun. Hey, Savage Monkey. And then there's the horse without the rider. That's fun. And then the horse without the rider, and then it's more of an undead version. Pumpkin patch. Some more pumpkins. Oh my god, the pumpkins that are being born. God, these guys are creepy, man. Like, this is so creepy. Oh no, now they've got smiles and they've got teeth. This is great objective markers stuff, by the way. This is can make objective markers. I used to have objective markers that were all pumpkins and vegetable patches, and I used to play them with Nathan, and he would be so livid he wouldn't even try and claim the objective because he refused to just claim the cabbages. And I would win because he wouldn't play the cabbages. Hey, loads of different pumpkins. That's great. That's great if you just want to do them. And then loads of creepy pumpkins. These are lush. I'm going to print these out. These are just cool little guys. These are just fun. Creepy pumpkin board at the arena. All right, yeah, let's do it. And there's all the characters. And then some shit terrain. I just don't make that. Just don't waste your time. No one cares about this bit. But this is cool. The little coffins. Little coffins is nice that you can print out and like use as terrain and stuff or on basic material. I like that. I think that's funky. Loads of grave sites. That's fun because you don't get grave sites for your Soulblight Gravelords, so you can print out those little grave sites for your Soulblight Gravelords. That's fun, and that's the range. Fish, love you. They're pretty good. Ideas Night, excellent work. Did you just? Oh no, I've not got a pumpkin joke. What do we think about Dragon Trappers Lodge? Twitch chat. Dragon Trappers Lodge out of 10. What do we think? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me about what you're thinking. PTSD out of 10. Yes. The Ring Children out of 10. Amazing. 5. MJ not liking them. 7. Creepy Dolls out of 10. 7. That's fair. Yeah. Okay. Arcane Law 7, 6.5. Okay, yeah, not loads of love. I get that, but it was a theme. It was a theme this month. Bonus points for the Sleepless Nights. Yeah, that's creepy. It's very creepy. All right, we're going to look at some 40k. This is Cyberforge. So Titan Forge also have a 40k variant, and I signed up to this month to see how I felt, and I honestly don't know. Maybe it's because it's not got an AOS aesthetic. Maybe it's got more of a 40k aesthetic. There's just some straight orc rip-offs. Let's go through it and see how we feel. No idea what this is. Creeped out by it. I don't like this. I don't think I like it, but like we'll see. We'll go through it. What is that pregnant thing? I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is creepy and gross. Is all I'm going to say, and we can skip it. Okay, so then we've got like a plague drone, plague person, infected flying person. I feel like this is game show style not done as well. It's kind of what I think, but I don't know. Like the so this is Squig, right? This is a rip-off Squig. Yeah. I think. And there's another rip-off Squig. And there's another rip-off Squig. And then there's a Tyrannid. And then there's some Orcs. And they're not bad, right? The guns are cool. They're maybe a bit on the nose. They've got choppers. Like Borderlands Orcs. Hey, Last Hammer TV. Hope you're doing well. If you just tuned in on the fucking the Giving Birth Angel, then you missed the Nightmare of the Corn Children. You'd have loved that. It's just a rip-off, but I want the value, creativity, the value adds. That's interesting. Interesting orc take, actually. They should have committed to doing one army. Yes, Meatballs, I agree. That's why the release is weird, right? Poses as too static on those orcs. It's good. That's fair. Also, they're more elongated as orcs. I think that's the thing that's throwing me off, because 40k orcs have very squat legs. They're very chunky. They have small legs. Good for other systems, but don't have the 40k vibe. Okay, yeah. But look at the options again. Like, the options are phenomenal. Like, for kit bashing and deciding what you want to do to create your, like, some orcs, or if you even wanted separate orc weapon options, I think they're there. And then these are the new Squig Hog Riders. So, like, they've got that Squig Hog, like, they're a squig, they're riding the squig, big guy on foot. There's your big mech. I mean, if you want to do orcs, but you want to do them cheaply, I don't think it's a bad option. Just some dude. I just don't know how I feel about this stuff, and I'm just clicking through, so I feel like I know how I feel. I feel like I'm like, I don't know what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, these are disappointing. I think the creativeness just isn't quite there for the sci-fi vibes, says Tarquin X. I think I'd agree with that. They should have committed to doing one army. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, Last Hammer, for resubscribing. Hope you're well. So that's Cyberforge. Don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, you're right. It's just a worse. Now, let's go to some terrain. Yeah, because I'm always loving terrain. And this is my guy, Sacrus Mundus. So this is how I've printed all my terrain from Sacrus Mundus. This is, I love their stuff. I think it's so cool. So this is this month's set of terrain. It looks very small on the screen, but this would be huge if you printed it out. Love, like, the sculpts on this. So he's gone for, this is probably going to be 7-8 inches high. Those bits of terrain, they'll be about that high. So, like, pretty tall terrain, really. I like that. It's got, like, a future kind of, like, Earth vibe. It doesn't quite have, like, a Necron-esque vibe. It's definitely got that future Earth vibe, future cityscape vibe, which I think is quite cool. There you can see the thing broken into parts. It's nice. It's nice and angular. I think it's quite cool. I quite like it personally. And there you go. It's got, like, again, it's got more of like a future cityscape vibe. Maybe could use it for Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's not necessarily super. Is it all hollowed out? Yeah. So if you look, he's really clever with his, like, design process. So he only does terrain. So he creates stuff that, like, if you look, the bottom piece will be hollow on the inside, so that'll save on time. No L-shaped ruins. But he's done loads of stuff per shore. I've done now 4 different boards from Sacrus Mundus with the help of Shadow Sun is in the chat, producing some 40k boards from Sacrus Mundus. I think he's probably the best designer for 40k terrain. Like, and there are L's, Tyranid L's, Eldar L's, Necron L's. So he does do some good stuff, right? Really well planned for the Halo release next month. That's what it is, Gangster Paradise. I hadn't cottoned on. Thank you, chat, and thank you to you. So this is like the Halo vibes, right? Nice. Is there a Halo board game out next month? Chat. Is there a Halo game out? Anyway, it looks awesome. Like, it would be cool to throw into your 40k game, 40k terrain anyway, like your setup. But you're right, it doesn't necessarily produce L's or functional 40k terrain. And I guess that's maybe one of the big problems with 40k terrain as is at the moment. If it isn't an L or a square or something you can use as a forest, it's pretty useless. Do you have a fantasy terrain Patreon? Chatman, I don't. I don't, because I do have one, and I didn't put it on this month because it was just another fucking like fantasy village thing. Like, it sucked. I was like, oh, cool. There's 1,000 of these already. Like, this is what I like about Sacrus Mundus. Like, yes, sometimes it's like, oh, that's clearly Necron, or that's clearly Eldar. But, like, he's just done a bunch of, like, awesome looking stuff. And you're like, sometimes you're like, oh, what do I use that as? But, like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just designing stuff, and I think that's really cool. I really, really do. Big fan of this guy and his terrain. That gets a 10 out of 10 from me every single time. I'm probably, like, super biased, but big fan. Okay. So don't pay for that Weta Workshop Kickstarter, Savage Monkey. Anyone who's listening, anyone who's listening, I am fucking livid at that Weta Workshop. Um, uh, there's a couple more designers for it to go to. So just so you guys are aware, a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, Weta Workshop, or some guy who worked at Weta Workshop specifically, created a bunch of terrain for the film Labyrinth called Hagglethorn Hollow, right? Hagglethorn Hollow, right? So he did a bunch of designs, and he did a Kickstarter, and he got super funded. Then 3 years later, all the stuff came. Then this year, they've done a Kickstarter so that they can make them as STLs so everyone can pay. And they've made tons of money on it, and it's a fucking rip because, like, they've done a Kickstarter for it, like, but they would have designed these things in 3D. They would have then sent them to the sculptors somewhere in the fucking world. Not sculptors, the producers in China, yeah, as digital files. These guys would have then printed them from that, or like however they rendered them. They would have, I think they're casts. They would have done that, and then they're like, "Oh, give us money so we can make these 3D designs," which they've already got. It's fucking rip, in my opinion. It's a scam, and it really triggers me. Like, it super triggers me. I was like, "Oh, this is cool," and now I'm like, "Fuck these guys. These guys fucking suck." Um, mm, uh, this is Hagglethorn Hollow is what you want to research. Yeah. So Hagglethorn Hollow, that's what I'm talking about. Mm. I don't think it's Weta. It was a guy that worked for Weta Workshop. It wasn't Weta Workshop. It was a guy that worked for Weta. So, it's not Weta. It's not Weta. I want to be super clear that it's not them. So don't be like, it's them. It's not, in my opinion. It's not them. It's a guy who worked for them. And it might be a subsidiary company. It might be them, but I don't know. But I don't think it is them, personally. So, anyway. Right. So, anyone like Dark Souls? So if you like Dark Souls, then you're going to want to go to Beastarium Miniatures. And this is why Rob is the honest Wargamer. Yeah. Because, like, anyway. Yeah, it's just a rip, man. It's just a rip. Anyway, Beastarium Miniatures. Oh, boy. This guy is Dark Souls all day. This guy has never slept. He only lives in nightmares. I don't agree. I bought the debris pile STL and had to be delivered immediately so I could print it rather than wait months. Arcane Law. No, Arcane Law, if you want the files, I completely understand why you want the files, Arcane Law, like, and that's super fair. I'm not like criticizing your purchasing choices. I'm just saying don't back it because they need support. Buy it if you want them, of course. Yeah, that's your choice. But like, don't back it to support them because they don't need the support and they're just scamming people, in my opinion. It's not a scam in the sense you won't get it. That's true. It's true because you will get it. You will get the thing. Anyway, Beastarium Miniatures doesn't sleep and he just has fucked up dreams his entire life. Everything he does is fucking mental. So here we got some, like, as you can see, fairly large scale dragon that's fairly emaciated. Don't think I love this. It's a bit too creepy weird for me. Beastarium is ridiculous. Like, this stuff is like all fucking. It's kind of like Archvillain, but Archvillain like can sometimes control his like output. Beastarium's like, nah, I'm gonna creep you the fuck out, man. Like, it's so good. Yeah, I really like it. He's like Blanche, John Blanche, Blanchitsu, whatever you call it, like Dark Souls. That vibe, that like twisted version of it is like good. Yeah, it's a good Terrorgeist, like, but it's also like not a good Terrorgeist because it's so fucking creepy. Could make a good Demon Prince, or like even if you wanted to, like a super fucked up Lord of Change, or something like that would be good. And there you go. There it is in big, dude. It's got like a big ass tail as well. Like, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. It's like it's manky, but that's all of his stuff is like. It's just really, really good. Really good. Terrorgeist too creepy. Aren't they supposed to be max creepy? That's a good point. It's a good point. Like, I think that's the thing about like Beastarium stuff. Sometimes it's too creepy for me. Like a Scarbland Bloodthirster. A Bloodthirster is also another good shout. Like, you know, if you like just painted them up that way. I think that's the interesting thing about it. It goes like several ways, and it doesn't like plant a flag in the ground of what it is. Like, it's just very animalistic and raw. It's really good. I love its pose. It's amazing and aesthetic he's going for. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you guys like this stuff. I love doing this show once a month with you guys. Thank you. An absolute chonker is what this guy is. I think he's like a lizard beast style variant. Yeah, like he's definitely like a lizard style. Like he's a lizard man thing, but like much creepier, much darker, much chonkier. So you could use him as like a Saurus or something, but I feel like you're going the wrong route with him if that's where you went with it. Just a big boy and very strong. Um, it's just so good. And again, there you go. Like, and just really chunky. I like this. I don't know what I would use this as. Love this one. Oh, you love this one. That's interesting. Carrying all the skulls on his back, so you know. Um, Creeping around the Underdark. Yeah, this is it. This guy only gives nightmares. Similar guy, but with a shield and axe variant. So I guess you could use these as Croxagore if you wanted to. Um, Croxagore is probably your closest thing. I guess you could use them in a Beast of Chaos army as well, as if you wanted to. You wanted some big chunky boys. Use them as Saurus Guard, I guess. Trogoths, nice. I like the idea of Trogoths. That's quite fun. And again, same guy from multiple angles. Well, a different guy again. I feel like it's Croxagore vibes, right? It's got to be Croxagore vibes. Um, Loads of detail though. Yeah, you're right, Chapman. Like loads of detail. Like look at this. Like, is it like a vice around their neck or like spikes or something, which is quite fun. And then armored on the face, dude. Um, like very very fun, very fun. And then you've got a creepy skink shaman, lizard shaman in this fantastic terrain piece there. So there you go. There's that cool ass terrain piece which I quite like. But I like the shaman dude as well. This is very good. And then I don't know. Just again a big Saurus guy with a bunch of axes. I suppose you could use him as like a Carnosaur. You could just be like, there's no rider. It's just this guy. And just a big old Saurus guy. Again, you could use him as like a Demon Prince or something as well if you wanted to go along that vibe. How would you print the terrain piece, resin or FDM? So it's probably because this guy's like they'd need supporting. What if you did it upside down? This would probably be something you would do with resin because those ropes would be unlikely to be done on FDM because if you see they're unsupported underneath, so it would be very challenging to do this on an FDM printer, and you would probably do that in resin. So it wouldn't be huge, but you could print it huge. It would just cost a lot of resin because those rock pieces will be solid. So if you printed that as big as you could make it, it'd probably cost you about £8 to £10 worth of resin for a big piece, which isn't bad for terrain. It's just that's also like quite a few minis for that. I don't think it would work as terrain as an FDM. Big dude. This guy's great. Very creepy. Very creepy. Like, I just don't know what to ever make of what this guy's doing with his stuff, and that's why I don't think he's ripping anyone off ever. I don't think he's like, hey, this is clearly meant to be Lumineth, or like, hey, this is clearly meant to be like. He's just making stuff for himself, and I'm always just fascinated. Cruel Boys is a great idea. Yeah. Um, I want to put a lightsaber in this model's hands. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, that works. Yeah, that works. Um, yeah, that's a good idea. Some Cruel Boys. Yeah, Cruel Boys. Okay. Yeah, I'm vibing on Cruel Boys, and then yeah, look at this guy. Okay, yeah, Cruel Boys. All right, I like that idea. That's very fun. Very fun. This shaman. Yeah, baby, look at that. Look at that. So much detail. You'd have the best time. You'd have the best time. Oh, no. This is great. This is so good. And then, oh, there we go. Riding, what's he riding? Like a snake or something? What is that? Some sort of like land worm or something. Like creepy insect Landworm. That is gross. I hate that. I hate that a lot. That's great. That's good. That's very good. Snake spider. I'm out. Yeah, it's a snake spider. Look at this guy. Just some great shamans. Just some great shaman stuff. Like another great shaman as well. Again, more like wizardy stuff. Yeah. There's the crew. Horizon's Lucky. Literally every Beastarian mini. What's his riding? Some sort of snake thing. It's just creepy. um, I like looking at this slightly different way. Look at them and think what story can tell about them before I think what the army can proxy. Yeah, like the thing is I'm a gamer at heart, right? So like I'm always like, what can I use this as? Not like what story can I tell. But then that's part of like what can I use this as to what story I can tell, I guess, is one of those things. And like you could do like a fucked up Cruel Boys army, like or Swampy, like but they don't have like an archery unit or they don't even have a combat unit. They've just got characters, right? So they don't have everything available here. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Cool little like piece of terrain though, like a little shaman's camp. That's fun. Okay. All right, and he's got a bit of story. All right, love Beastarium. All right, I've just noticed the time, so I'm just going to fly through the final two. So we're going to go STL miniatures. Yeah, these guys do like merchants and other stuff. They just do. So this is a paladin set apparently. So this is this month's. They do all sorts of weird stuff. I just love it. And there we go. We've got like a lady paladin, classic. Use her for anything. Some badass like on foot paladin with is that a lance that you stood with? Okay, I'm vibing on that. A very angry rogue. Oh no. These guys normally do like merchant stuff. I don't like this. What is? Let me go see if they've got. There we go. This is the set I missed. This is just some extra shit that they had. Like this is this month's. So this month's stuff is townsfolk. So just regular townsfolk living their best lives. And I'm just all about townsfolk. Is that a baby in the basket? Oh my god, that's great. That's great. Love this. So great for D&D and other stuff. The baby's fucking great. But you can do some really fun things with him. Oh my god, another baby with a little dwarf lady. Yes. So if you wanted to like populate your terrain board with a bunch of these people, like these guys give you those, which is just what I'm at. Like this is fantastic. Just a tiefling having a little shout. Look like potted plants, a cart, like just stuff that's just like stuff you want to print, but in really good detail. Like like a little cart on my base. I like to have like if you're doing a Cities of Sigmar army, and you're like, I'm just gonna make the board I'm creating come alive. Yeah, like I know some people like don't want to see this stuff, but like I think people don't find this that popular. But I love that these guys design this stuff, like, which is why I support them because there's more of this out there in the world. That's cool. Just like a kid running around playing with its toy. That's cool. That's fun. Nice. Also cute. Love that. What's this? A fat little tiefling. A little tiefling kid. Oh, he's grown up. Oh, I think last month or the month before, they did a set of tiefling kids. They did a set of tiefling kids. So there was the baby. So she was like a smaller kid with a little wooden sword, like a couple of months ago, and now they've done them grown up. And like, because it was like a little fat tiefling, fat like orc baby or something, but it was like a kid, like, and he was just like, there was like a set of kids doing like role play and having an adventure, and now they've all grown up into like teenagers. That's mint. I love that. That's great. That's cool. Look at him holding like a weird doll. That's creepy. Yeah. This is definitely the same kids. That's awesome. Don't know what that is. I'm not sure. I don't sure I need wooden horses doing what they're doing. Why is this? Just a bunch of weird baby stuff. This is. Oh my god! If we mix this with the Children of the Corn from earlier, we could make the creepiest set of terrain. Hey, Rambo Squirrel. Yes. Yes. Little well. All right, not bad. Not bad. Not bad stuff. Like fun, really fun, which is what we want. Okay, finally, Signum Workshop. Now they have like very ornate things. They don't make stuff that you can make as an army, but they have just great sculpts that you can just like make into things if you want to. And I like their stuff. Like this fucking guy. Like this guy. What's this guy? He's not part of like the whole. He's not part of an army. But like, why wouldn't you print this motherfucker out? He's got like a wicked hat, big sword. Look at all them runes. Like this guy's stepping out, ready to. He's slaying on the catwalk and he's slaying in on the tabletop. Right? He is. Yeah. This guy is phenomenal. Dynasty Warriors Gandalf, yeah, I like that. Like, just great, 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 great. Like, just glorious, phenomenal, phenomenal. What's she got? She's got an auto-loading stake bolt pistol. She's covered in crosses and stuff. I think she's like anti-vampire. She's a bit steampunk, which all their stuff is a bit steampunk. Steampunk. She's got hair up. Great. Yeah? Useful for maybe nothing, but who cares? You can tell a great story with that. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like a bit of a Jotun vibe. It's got like a wolf helmet with some, got a big old axe, loads of runes on it. Vibing on this. Um, yeah, this guy's great. Could be a leader for a unit champ, for a unit. You can make a Cities of Sigmar army. You can make a Chaos army out of this. The bear is really great. Yeah, I love that. Um, oh, look at this! Some maidens on their with their piles of gold, with a very disgruntled king. Whoa, bit spicy for a Wednesday. The bloody of skies, an undead vamp dude with a lance. Okay, like this guy's just taking us all over the place. Uh, like that in a Living Cities army is a more nature-based battle mage. Oh yeah, I like that. That's a great idea, Tarkonex. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. A dark elf lady with some swords. You could use her as a witch elf if you wanted. You could use her as, I mean, whatever you wanted really. But again, this is what I mean. This guy, like these guys, they just make some super. Oh, where's all the rest of the stuff? Oh, they didn't show me this. I want to see this knight guy. Show me this knight guy. Like, the guy looks great. Show me more. Show me more, you idiots. Show me the knight guy. Oh, I found a picture of him anyway. Doesn't matter. Is he blind? He's carrying a demon. This is great. He's blind. He's carrying a demon. He's got like a lance, but it's like more of a halberd chopper. He's got like a cage full of dudes. This is great. This is great. Is there a kangaroo knight? Hold on, let me go find the kangaroo knight. Is there a kangaroo knight? He's not a kangaroo. I found him. Look at this. It's like a salamander, like a draconid. The shield's phenomenal. Look at the shields. There's all different shields, different weapons as well. Double sword. You might be able to make a whole unit out of this. Yeah, because they're different poses. Look, heads one way on that way, heads one way on that way. They're different head options as well. Love that. That's great. Is there a bunch? Oh, there's a bunch of options for that. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys have had a good time. I've had a good time. Like, it's so fun doing this show. It's ended up going on for 2 hours, and it was meant to only be an hour long. So we went over time. It was super fun hanging out with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's always super cool. I'll be back tomorrow and Thursday. I know I still owe everyone an Age of Sigmar stats show. I'm just still catching up, if I'm honest. The weekend wrecked me. I've still got to upload loads of videos, which I haven't done. So yeah, I've got loads to do, and I'm sorry that I'm behind, but I'll catch up ASAP. It's been super, super fun looking through those things. If you like them, support those guys, and if you do, tell them I sent you. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I haven't worked out any relationship stuff with any of these people. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But I love doing this show with you guys. It's so fun. So great coverage this weekend. Thanks. Great Tawny, mate. Thanks, dudes. I'm going to put all that stuff up on YouTube, I think, soon as well. I'll see you guys soon. Look after yourselves. I'll be back again tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and then we'll also be doing the 40k Spy Center tomorrow night. So I'll see you guys soon. Did you see those Oathbreaker rumors? I did not see any rumors. If there is, and I'm still might be making a Shilly video about the NDA. I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, does Shilly need to talk about the NDA? Does he? Does Shilly need to be a part of this? I'm not sure. Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. He does. He does he? I don't know. Maybe he does. Pershaw, looking through the Beastarian back catalogue, all amazing. Yeah, final note. If you want to look at any of these designers' previous work, most of it is on My Mini Factory. So if you go to myminifactory.com, you can see their previous work. If you sub to them on Patreon, before you buy any of that, normally as soon as you become a sub, you get like a 50 to 60% discount code that month to use on their back catalogue. So then it becomes crazy and you can buy them at half price, right? What's Shilly's take on 3D printing? I haven't asked him. I'll ask him another day. Get him to do reviews of Warhammer Community articles is a great idea, Tristan. I wish I had all the time in the day. Right, listen, I love you guys. Thanks for being awesome. I love hanging out with you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.